Tuesday morning, it's the 13th, not Friday the 13th, but Tuesday the 13th, early in the morning, people are walking past, look discreet. Right, so I keep on stopping the video camera abruptly, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to respect people's privacy as they come down to the allotment. Some people don't like being filmed, this is a strange part of the world, Norfolk. And some people are very protective. Right, let's give you a quick plot tour. It's beginning to get a bit weedy, so I'm going to hoe this tonight. Right now. It's all surface weeds. Now I planted those beetroot. Some of them look as though they're already taken. These look as though they're doing alright. I must cut off these dead leaves, because I mean obviously they've got fresh leaves on, so they seem to be doing alright. These courgettes, and I hoed this yesterday or the day before, and it's already weedy again. So you see, this I'm letting grow slightly more before I start weeding it, because I want to pluck it out rather than hoe it. The hoe, all the hoe does is just spread it there about. But something is definitely eating these things. I might remove the wood. As the mesh seems to hold on its own now. My little robin friend, where's my robin friend? The weeds are beginning to come through back on here already. This has only been done a couple of days. I mean, look at it. Look. So I'm going to get this covered maybe tomorrow. I'll hoe it today and then I'll cover it tomorrow. Where's my little friend? He's around somewhere. He's been quite bold. He's not quite to the point where he's going to come and sort of sit on my shoulder yet, but I guess he's getting familiar with me. Peas doing wonderfully. I'm going to be looking to do my beans and more peas soon. Peas, another load of peas on this side. Proper growing peas and broad beans on this side, but field beans on the rest, all up here and around there. Haven't done anything with this strawberry bed. I will be taking out the strawberries and digging this over or covering it. I'm not really sure yet. Because I mean, look, there's definitely some live strawberries just there and there and there and there, but there's definitely a lot of weed as well, so I might just cover that. Keep on strimming this stuff. Messy. This is a cherry, or I don't know what this is, but it looks nice. As you see, I'm beginning some fruits emerging. There is other fruit, but it's down to root level and it's hard to see, so I'm going to have to keep a watch for it. I'm desperately trying to keep up with stuff. Now I'm making a little compost pile here. This is what it looks like so far. There's really horrible intrusive weed, this stuff. I need to clear all this. This is from this bush here, but the trouble is it's spreading. Look, it's sending out these roots across, and it's spreading further and further. I think it's all the way over here. Look, it's down there. I'm just worried it's going to go too far and it'll be a nightmare. Look, it's up here. This is how far it spreads. It sends its roots underground. Yeah, people on the way to school. The local school's just up about 400 or 500 metres up there. Yeah, so I'll keep all this trim and then plant bulbs and things down it. Right, so that's the exploration. I've got some hoeing to do. Then I'm going to hack at the that intrusive plant with the hoe, but that'll be later once everybody's gone to school. Hoe first, and then rake a bit, and then hack away at the hoeing. So hoe the weeds, hack away at the look at that pile now. Drag on the stuff I keep strimming. Oh, let's have a look at the pond. Good, Laurie. Morning, Laurie. Co-op. Little co-op is just start to see that building just where the co-op thing is now. You can just pull in any second. That's where the co-op shop is. So that I'm about equal distance away from the co-op from here, which is, as I say, just where that building is. And I'm at equal distance, my bungalow's the other side, so as you see it's literally about 20 seconds. This is that intrusive weed I was telling you about. Look at it. Look how strong that weed is, and it just outcrops, keeps rooting and sending out new clusters. So I've got to do something about it. I mean, if it works its way down and gets into this pond, it'd be a nightmare. I did see a dragonfly here yesterday. It'd be lovely if it starts dropping babies around and they add to the wildlife. Right. This look at it. It's horrible stuff, and this is only a fraction of it. There's more. I'll burn this because I think if you tried to compost this, it would just grow again. This is a horrible invasive type of plant. This was growing out probably, like, I don't know, 10, 15 feet from the original clump. Here we go. This is going to be the brassica bed for next year. It's already started to grow. I mean, oh my god, look at all the weeds, look at the weeds. Yeah, look, see, all the grass seed beginning to grow up. I mean, it's horrible stuff. I need to hoe again. Look at it, look. So I brought this down. This is a weed suppressing membrane. Now, people don't use this right. They stick it down. They think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Then a couple of years later, it's all frayed, and they don't know what's going on. Well, this stuff is not UV protected, so as soon as you put it into sunlight, it starts to turn brittle. Obviously not overnight. It takes months and months. But if you leave it out in the harshness of summer, exposed, then it will go brittle and fray, and you'll end up with bits of plastic everywhere. So the thing is, put it out in the later months when the sun's not out as much. Damp down the weeds over the winter, and then in the spring, before the sun starts coming out at its full strength again, take it up, store it away somewhere dark, and then do the same every year. Don't leave it out. It's not designed to be left out in the sunlight. It's designed actually to be covered with bark chippings. Actually, not bark chippings. It's really designed to be covered with things like gravel. If you put bark chippings on it, they will break down, creating a soil which will actually cultivate weeds, and weeds will grow into this. So don't put bark chippings on it. Right, I am going to lay this out. And there are people working on the allotment today, so I'm not going to look. Vehicles, people down there somewhere. So I am going to do this without video in it, and then I'll show you the results when I finished. Sweaty again. It's turned out to be a beautiful day. Temperature is currently on, it says 14 degrees, it's probably 16 or 17 and just hasn't been updated. Max temperature today is reputed to be in the 20s, maybe 21, 22. Let's show you what I've done. In reverse, there we go. So I've covered this area, haven't bothered with the extremities. I've dug a trench all the way round and then earthed over the suppressant fabric. I've also put out these water bottles and laid on as much heavy stuff as I could find, and I'll keep a check on it, especially on windy days. I'll walk down during a windy day and just make sure that it's all still flat. Now if you have one single edge, that will rip up in a wind and cause lots of issues. So watch out for yourselves if you're doing this. Make sure you create enough weight on there to keep it covered, and keep a check on it. Obviously I'm right next to a road. Last thing I want is for a piece of my fabric to go and cover up someone's car windscreen. There we go. I'm hot. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get some refreshment. I'm going to hydrate. I'm going to rinse off some of the dirt. I mean, you do get incredibly dirty doing this because the earth is so dusty. Look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. And it's got bumblebees now. When I come back, I'll chop up some of the dead leaves off these. These seem to have taken. A lot of the beetroot seems to be perky, which is great. I love beetroot. We're doing it for the leaves. This is all donated stuff. A lot of spinach is taken as well, which is brilliant. I'm not sure if it all will, because a lot of it had broken stems and things, but it looks as though it's good. Kale is still being eaten. Not sure, I might remove this wood later on. It might be a hiding place, but having said that they're being eaten, it does look perky. None of them seem to be in dire straits. And they've all got fresh leaves on, which is brilliant. I'm really pleased. I'm not sure what that is, but it's growing. It's got a bed to itself. Peas are looking great. All holding hands. There's a gap there. I might pop another pea in there. Yeah, look at that. I will get my hands and knees and go around with a trowel, get rid of the weeds sometime. Might even do it later today. Leeks are really coming on leaps and bounds. Leeks and bounds. Ignore me. I'm here a week. Beetroot. Yeah, well, maybe not the day for beetroot. Strawberry bed. Needs work. Fruit garden. Edge of the allotment. This stuff just wants to drag up, so I might just, I don't know, just see. A lot of it is couche grass. Now there is a plant that you can sow, which I will do, which couche grass hates. So what I may do is plant it in around each of in a ring around all the trees and things. Might be an idea. I think I'll plant nasturtiums in this big bed so they hang down, and create a display on both sides. Nasturtiums are brilliant for allotments, by the way. So is borage, so is mint. Oh, that'd be an idea. Nice big mint bed at the top here. Just have to make sure it doesn't spread too much. That needs to come out. My last bit of volunteer horseradish. I haven't killed it. It will keep going back year after year. These beds. See, this is an argument that I have with myself and a discussion with others. You see all this bank of earth. This is allotment. This and this should be there. It should be on the allotment. This is all the weeds of dozens of years, which has been piled up around the pond, and it shouldn't be there. It should be on the allotment, and the pond should be. See what happens is, it creates a nicer area. No, it doesn't. What happens is that as the weeds rot down and all like the earth in the roots of the leaves get wet, it creates silt, and the silt just washes down the bank and fills up the pond. They've had to actually clean out this pond a few times over the past few decades. You know, it's not that deep, and apparently the mud goes down about 2 foot now at the moment. It's not that deep, and it needs to be deeper because there is an overflow which stops it flooding, and it needs to be deeper so that the plant life can continue. But we'll see what we can do. All this needs to come out, and we need to put in like native wildflowers and bushes and things to make it a better place for wildlife. Having a monoculture is not good for the environment. Can't wait for the berries to berry off, and then I'll cut this back a bit. I don't want to keep it growing like huge. Elderflowers, or elderberry if you like, and buddleias. If you don't take care of them, oh my goodness gracious me, if you don't take care of them and keep them cut back, they'll be all over the place. But yeah, I'm glad there's an elderberry there. What I may do is try out some different cooking things, like you know, you can make berry and elderflower or elderberry jams and things. We'll see. Early days. Early days. All these will come out, and then we'll open this up, get some air and stuff, and then this will be wildflowers and bushes. Again, we'll do native ones, apart from daffodils. Obviously we'll just plant daffodils around the top, and then on this side all this will be moved, and on this side will be my flower garden. I might have an asparagus bed just here, a raised one, just this part here, and then over there would be composting, maybe a shed at some point, I don't know, need money. That's what these people are on the allotment are doing at the moment. I don't know if you can see because of the sunlight, but that's what they're doing at the moment. They're raising up a little shed. And I think I'm done. I think I'm going to have a break. I think they're having a break actually. I think the shed is completed. I'll show you where the shed is. Oh, there. That's the shed that they're putting up, just there. Another little 6x4. I mean, technically, the council did have a rule; it had to be a pent roof, but they seem to have relaxed that. Right, that's it. That's the allotment tour for today. Back home for some sit back, have a nice cool drink of cola. Here I am at home, outside the bungalow. As you see, I desperately need to do something about this. Okay. Well, this ideal opportunity, because as you see, look at that. Oh, I'm waiting for a spaceship to come hurtling through it on fire and stuff. Yeah, so no allotment this morning. Forecast is for this to open, and there's miles of it behind the bungalow as well, and it's actually going in that direction. Ooh, so it's going to be around for a little while. So yes, I know it's beginning to spit now. Oh, Pixels, what are you doing? What are you doing? She doesn't know what to make of the rain. Yeah, so hang on. Whoop, come back and look at my stubbly. Yay! I'm not vain, not much. Yeah, so yesterday, what is today? Today's Friday. So yesterday, today's Thursday. Yesterday I remodeled the... Oh. Ready? Get somebody in the garden over there. That's it really. Oh, I've put these out to harden off a bit. And someone's eaten some. I guess Pixels decided to have a taste test. These ones have been chomped. So I need to fill up 3.5 bits. I thought I planted these in 3s. Some of them haven't come up. Oh no, that's 3. That's 3. That's 2. That's 3. That's 1 and a bit. That's nothing. I might have missed that one. That's 2. That one's been eaten. That one's been eaten. I thought I planted these in 3s as well. I know these are cauliflowers. So they planted in 2s. They're all doing well. I'll leave these out here to keep hard, and I'll take them in at night to avoid the... In this light, my stubble is like George Michaelish. I wish. No, okay, alright, I will shave, I promise. Okay, let me show you what I've done so far. So, just hold that, nothing changed there. This is the covered bed. The water bottles still sitting there. I've not filled them up all the way, as you see, and that's because I hope that they will stay there and not get blown away in the winter. They'll stay there and they will freeze. So the space is to allow the water inside to freeze without bursting. Well, we'll see if it works. I've trimmed up the courgettes and taken all the dead leaves. Hopefully that'll allow the new leaves to prosper and the rest of the these yellow things to grow on. There we go. I'm losing battery, but so hopefully this will last. Kale still growing, still being eaten, and so is the donated spinach and donated leeks and beetroot. Hopefully, it should be that we get rain tonight. That rain that I said about this morning didn't come. It's a few spatters and nothing happened. On this bed, you see these peas. If you remember, I threw in some peas that I had germinated on kitchen roll. Well, I've thrown the rest of the beans, well, nearly all the rest of the beans, into this bed and just raked over. I haven't watered. I'm hoping that it will rain tonight. If it doesn't, I might have to walk down and water them. But yeah, I've not germinated these ones, so it's an experiment. There's the rest of the peas that I didn't put in. I've ordered the beans for this side, and next couple of weeks time I'll be putting in at home to germinate the peas for growing, proper peas for growing, not for ground cover, and broad beans, and they'll go in this section here, and then the rest of this will be like an L shape, will be probably where that thing is. I'm not really sure what it is. Yeah, so that's that'll all be ground beans, 1 kilogram's worth, 10 quid. Just been hoeing around, tidying up, keeping everything tidy. Now, what's been happening? As you see, this is my new structure. I've laid out these sinks, and what I want to do is get some black damp-proof membrane, just put it all around, just to keep it looking nice and tidy. And not only that, it keeps the sunlight out of the compost, which is underneath it. People walking past on the way to school. So underneath this light, there's a lot of compost, or composting materials. Here are the compost bins. Now this one, it looks really dirty. I'll have to give it a clean up. Is full of the compost, which is from that pile there. Now there was a huge pile there, if you remember. Well, the top part is now in this bin, but the bottom part was already here when I arrived, and that's now in this bin. This is going to be my leaf bin, and this is going to be my final bins for composting. So that's only like a second year bin. This is a first year bin, that's a second year bin, and there'll be at least a third year bin, and I don't know what the other one will be. We'll see. I still need to sort this pile. This is my perennial ivy pile, but I've been stacking up lots of other stuff as well to try to keep the heat up. So what I need to do is pull all this apart and put the stuff I want to burn over here. This is my burn pile. Look, this ivy's been cut for weeks and it's not showing a single stage of drying out. See, you can't compost this stuff easily. You can compost it, don't get me wrong. It's just not easy to do. You know, black bins or total darkness. Okay, over here's my watering can bucket. It's got a hole in the bottom. I might use it for carrots or something next year, who knows. This is my drowning bucket. So this is where I put all my, go away. This is where I put all my bindweed or couch grass roots. My burn bin that will move around. It's nearly dead. This is inherited from the previous people. It's nearly dead. Right, this is my root soup. This is everything like dandelions and dock and other stuff, and it's all going in there, and it's going to be a goodness soup. It's going to be full of goodness, and what I'll do is I'll put it diluted into watering cans and we can use it as a fertilizer. And the same here, that's comfrey. Roots, shoots and fruits. Anything with roots, shoots and fruits, comfrey loves, and we'll love comfrey in return. So yeah, so there's more of this to dig out, and there's lots more weed and things to get rid of, which I will do gradually, no rush, it's not going anywhere. Now I've decided what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to clean some of this soil off this bank and put it on here. This, and this is going to be my planting area for next year for trailing things like squashes and such like. I'm not going to do pumpkins, but squashes certainly. On the other side, because all this is just going to be volunteer raspberry canes, which I can just like weed around occasionally, just strew them up and down the sides. I'm going to grow nasturtiums on this side, so they sort of create a nice bed. Lovely. And then all of this will probably be hacked away. I don't know if I'm going to keep it clean or plant flowers here. I just don't know. Sky's the limit. Need to trim back and cut back all the canes. Get those all ready. And again here, I might as well cut all these back. I don't know. I still don't know if they're summer or autumn raspberries. We'll make do. We'll find out sometime. I did hoe this, so I'll see tomorrow and over the next few days what's dying. I still don't know if all of these. I mean, that one's alive. You see that one's alive here. Boop. You see the raspberry, strawberry leaves, and then that one. But these ones, you see, I don't know if they're still alive. There's one here. You see, is this alive? It feels very firmly into the ground, but it's hard to tell if it's alive or not. See? And there's another one here. No, not that one, this one. And there's hundreds of them. They're all over the place, and I don't know if they're alive or dead. So I'm just going to keep that bed as it is, and I'll see what happens in the spring if they start coming to life again. Yeah, so I'll just keep this area as it is. I'm not going to bother moving it. Right, that's it. Tour over. This area, what I'm going to do is after this lot's burnt, all of this top area is going to be planted, except for the little thing. I'll leave like a walkway there. This is all going to be planted with bulbs, spring bulbs, and then wildflowers, down the sides I'll put proper pond, natural pond things like irises and rushes and stuff. I've been talking again to another pot holder. They'd love to see all of these weeds out and it all put back to a beauty spot rather than like the neglected corner of nature that it's become. Can you hear my robin? That's my robin. Mine. What's the matter, Robbie? Yeah? Can't see you. Where are you? Show yourself. No, I can't see him. He's there somewhere. Anyway. Oh, chilly wind. Hopefully you're not getting too much wind on this. Yeah, so I'll carry on moving all this stuff, pile up there. This bank is going to be then the top of the whereas this top of the bank will be levelled off, and all of the he's chirping away. Levelled off, and all of the weeds and ivy and stinging nettles all got rid of. And then, as I say, there'll be bulbs here, spring bulbs, and then wildflowers, and then there'll be a huge amount of. Oh, I see him. There he is, right in the centre. Can I zoom in? There he is. Yep. Where you gone? There he is. Oh, he's gone. All right. Yeah, I need to get a proper video camera. Yeah, and then there'll be a whole load of like summer flowers and things all the way around here. And this will be just another area. I was thinking of putting maybe I don't know, what did I say, an asparagus bed here. Maybe this area, because I don't need tons and tons of growing area, so maybe I could actually turn this area into a huge polytunnel. You know, who knows. Okay, that's it. Battery's going on the phone, so I'm going to call it a day. And that's goodbye from me and goodbye from Robin. And we'll see you again on the next occasion. I love my allotment.